Welcome back to the Hero Whispers, your Supergirls podcast. And here you are today with Miss Jeannie Marie. That is me, yours truly, the founder of Supergirls. That's 2L, second L for love. And we have an amazing guest, as usual. We always have amazing guests. But today, I'm going to introduce you to this dynamic, fabulous Sarah Abatia. Okay, she is a Connecticut College senior, about ready to graduate. I just recently met her online, and I could not stop talking about her after I met her. But before we get to her, hold on, because I just want to tell you guys, if you're new to the show, what we're all about. So our podcast is an offshoot of Supergirls, and Supergirls is a platform that helps mentor college women and helping them launch, helping them with their transition to the real world. So we help them with career clarity, networking, mentorship, personal branding, all the tools they need in the toolbox for the real world to really rock and roll. We started the podcast to help fire them up and inspire them with amazing women that could be potential mentors. And also we do a lot with the actual college girls and hearing their stories and hearing where they are so we can do a better job at the work we do at Supergirls. So let me get to it. Now it's time to meet Sarah. Sarah is an English major. Hello. So happy to have you on the show. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Let me tell them a little bit about you, okay? She's an English major with a double minor in dance and gender, sexuality, and intersectionality studies. Sarah is passionate about storytelling and the ways that writers can use language to empower silenced voices in society. Over the summer, she interned at Talcott Notch Literary Services and read through hundreds of manuscripts of prospective authors looking to publish their stories. She is currently writing an English honors thesis on the works of Willa Cather. At Connecticut College, she is a junior lead career fellow, the arts editor for the school newspaper, and a member of the English Department Student Advisory Board. She is also a writing center tutor, a reunion host, student coordinator for World Languages Day, and a student advisor coordinator. I don't know how she has time to breathe. Sarah is very passionate about leadership on campus and has both attended and facilitated Khan's Emerging Leadership Conference. In her free time, she enjoys reading, writing, drawing, and ballet dancing. It's a good thing that you're home right now because you never would have had time to be on the show if you were on campus.
Yeah, that's what my mom says. She's like, it's good that we have a pandemic to finally calm you down a little.
Yeah, sometimes I think it's our higher power telling us to slow down, take a step, back and say, what is really going on here? But just so you know, listeners, we only have the best on the show. I mean, this chick is on fire. She is ready she was going to explode when you graduate, Sarah. I'm so excited. I mean, so how we met, Sarah wrote this spine-tingling piece that was in the Connecticut College blog. The Career Center sends out a blog post every week, and when I read it, I was like, oh my god, it was so real and raw. It was like I was sitting there and she was telling me the story in person. And my son, who many of you know, is also a senior at Connecticut College, and I felt like the exact thing was going on with him. So I know this is all about women, but it's just a common theme of what's happening, with these guys today, these college students that basically had to cancel college. So anyway, I was so touched. I had to meet you, Sarah. I was so inspired by your words. And how did you get started writing? Because you're really good at it.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Ever since I was little, I really loved writing. I used to write my own stories and illustrate pictures to go along with them. And then when I got older and started going to middle school, high school, and I wrote all these essays, the English teachers were like, you're really good at this. Have you ever considered becoming a writer when you grow up? So that's what's really inspired me all these years. I've had so many amazing teachers who've encouraged me to follow my passion, just keep expressing myself through writing.
Well, I love that teachers do that. I'm a teacher and I try to do that with my students. I think that's really important. Because if you do that, you end up in a really good place. You're taking care of your soul, and that's like really important.
Absolutely.
But what inspired you to write that piece that we're talking about it was about mental health and the virus and the whole thing. I mean, maybe we should read a blurb from that, but I mean, it was incredible.
Yeah. So the inspiration was kind of twofold. I've dealt mental health issues, depression, anxiety, basically all my life. And being physically separated from my support systems at college because of the pandemic really started to worsen those issues. And that really scared me because I've luckily come to a place where I'm really happy with my life, I'm really happy with myself, but right at that moment I had reached like a rock bottom again that I promised myself that I would try not to get into. So what ended up happening, I work with the career office. You know Dot Wong because she's been on the show before.
She's amazing.
She's awesome.
Love her. Shout out to Dot. Love you, Dot. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Love you. Yeah. So she's my boss. So I sent her an email and I said, I know we're working from home now. We're working remotely, and completing projects for the career office has helped me in the past to feel motivated and to be happy. If there's any projects that you or any of the career advisors need help with, I would really love the chance to be a part of that because, frankly, I could use some motivation right now. I felt kind of embarrassed for asking for that help, but Dot was so understanding, and she talked to Deb, who's in charge of the career newsletter, and she was like, "You're a really good writer. Why don't you start writing for the newsletter?" And I knew immediately that I wanted to talk about mental health issues because I know there are so many students like your son, Mark, like my friends, like who have dealt with such pressing mental health issues, but we're kind of isolated in this COVID-19 situation. So I thought that I would write the kind of advice that I really need to hear right now so that other people could feel a little less alone.
Let me tell you, it had such an impact. I spoke to Mark, and he was just like, he was like, this is so real. He didn't even know what to say. I mean, because it was just like, it's just how he was feeling. And the fact that, like you talked about, it was like you were numb, like you couldn't move. Like that's how he was. He was like that for days. And I was worried. I was worried at first, but then it's just like your whole world comes crashing down. How are you supposed to react?
Yeah, it's not every day we're in a global pandemic where literally the whole world is on pause.
The whole world. A professor was in my class the other day doing a guest lecture, and he talked about the great pause. That's what he calls it, the great pause. And I love that. Now I'm coining his term. I'm using it. I'm plagiarizing, but I'll give him some credit. Father O'Malley, that's his name, Professor O'Malley. But especially for you guys, because you had a milestone, you worked your tails off for 4 years, and you're leading up to this triumphant moment, and like it's like canceled. Everything is canceled as you knew it. Like everything, all this independence that you built up all these years, and now you have to go back and live with your parents. Like, oh shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I love now.
Yeah, what are we gonna do now? I mean, you can't, part of your whole motivation and socialization is just being with your friends, and like that's your life. I mean, that's where you guys are at right now. So how have you been handling it since you've been home? I mean, besides reaching out, I think the fact that you reached out to help others, like when you help others, it automatically helps your soul, it automatically helps you. So I bet you that's helping you get through this. I'm putting your words in your mouth, but in general, how else have you been handling it?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, just to go off your last point, I've received like so many like either text messages or emails from people reaching out saying, "Hey, that really inspired me," or "What you just wrote in the newsletter, like now I've been inspired to go do this and that." So it is really nice to feel that effect coming back, and it's a really great feeling. But besides that, I'm at home right now with my parents and my 5 other siblings. So life is
Wow.
never boring around here.
Wow. Now, where are you guys located?
We're in Fairfield, Connecticut.
Oh my gosh, I grew up there. I grew up in Norwalk and went to cheerleading camp at Fairfield University.
Oh my God, no way. That's like 5
Yeah.
minutes from my house.
So awesome. Fairfield's beautiful. I love that. But, well, it's good that there's 5 other people. I guess that's good that you have, your own party going on there. House party.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. It feels like an ongoing. I know my little 13-year-old sister, she's happy to have me home. She's like, yeah, we could do all this stuff together.
It's something that
I have homework.
only for a few more weeks, though. Just a few more weeks. I think it's cool that you get to bond with siblings. Again, it's a time you'll never have it again, and especially now you're going to go off and do whatever these great things in the world. So I think it's absolutely awesome, and it's hard to see it, I guess, when you're at a certain time, but it's really, really something to be grateful for. And I just want to say, like, the fact that you got, I need to backtrack a minute because I'm sitting here thinking about what you said about the texting and people telling you that you inspired them. I mean, that is what greatness is made of. You really will be, you really will be paving your way as an author. I mean, if you continue down that path, is that what you're thinking for your career?
Oh my gosh, Dean, it's been my dream to be an author. So I hope one day, like, I would love to be the kind of person that gives out advice to other people and people can read it through my books. Because when I was little, that's what kept me going, like reading novels and getting to live vicariously through these herons who like lived out really strong, courageous lives. Like, it made me feel better in my times of sadness.
Yeah, but that's what you're doing. You're living the dream, girl. You don't even realize it. I mean, you really are. So I'm going to be checking in on you, making sure that you're going down that path because this is this is your calling. I'm here to tell you. Okay. Enough on that. I would love to know about the Con Leadership Conference and how you got the honor to facilitate it and put that together and be like a streaming force on that.
Yeah, so basically how that ended up happening was when I was a first-year student, I got nominated to participate. And basically what it is, it's a day of going through different group activities, group discussions about what it means to be a leader, and realizing that it's not just having a position of power or authority over someone else, it's about extending kindness and compassion in every little thing that you do every day. So my second year at Con, I got the announcement that they were hosting it again, and I said, I'd really love to participate again. I don't know if I will be able to be a participant, but any way that I could help out would be great. And Dean Norbert, who's in charge of it, he was like, well, basically, it's the same event as last year, so you won't benefit from being another participant, but we could use a few facilitators. So if you want to, you can help facilitate the event. And so basically, I helped lead the group discussions I had previously been a part of. It was a really nice full circle moment, like to be able to be part of an event as a leader where I had previously gone to learn how to be a leader. It's like, it doesn't get much better than that.
Well, it kind of goes into the theme of, like you said, giving advice and helping others, giving and paying it forward. So that's what leadership is about. So you're on your way. Faux show. And tell us about your thesis in Willa Cather and how you chose her and what she means to you.
Yes, so I love Willa Cather. I first discovered her when I took this course called American Women Writers, which was such an amazing class because, first of all, I had learned about so many women writers I had never heard of before, just because